Yeah, I hope that this, oh, good, little green light. That's what I like to see. Share. All right, so just real quick for the recording. Okay, what we're choosing from, 7-year-old girl at a rural clinic, sore throat and a mild fever. We examine her. She has a strawberry tongue. We take a swab up her throat and grow it up to run some more tests. We have limited resources, but we run some tests that allow us to rule out a virus. And which of these would allow you to rule out a virus, basically. So that's what we're asking here. So you people online, if you wanted to look over it longer, I would recommend pausing it here. So we're going to go in real life to the quiz. And again, let me play the first question. I just skip it in order to let you guys sign in first. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's everybody, isn't it? There's only 8 of us now, isn't there? Thank you. I'm surprised when I walk over here. This. Yeah. I don't know what's going on under there. There's one on stage. Yeah, I don't know what. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. That's everybody. Get past this first question. I wish I could just like skip to a specific question like you can with a PowerPoint. I've tried like clicking and pushing buttons of all kinds, but it doesn't really help. Sorry, that's not the one. This is the one. Yeah, it's going to be like this. Everyone, I'm going to have to skip ahead. So this is where you're going to put your guess in. What allowed you to determine it was not a virus? I guess I could always like delete the first question before. Yeah. All right, so most of you guys guessed it. That is the right answer. It's going to be the presence of the cell wall. So we're going to go back to our little PowerPoint and go over why and how we figure that out. All right, so we know this girl's sick. She's got the sore throat and strawberry tongue. I mean, really, you could just say just based on her symptoms that she has strep throat. That's what she has. And then you know that strep throat is caused by bacteria, but that's not the point of the question, right? We want to know how you would rule out this being a virus. So if you don't know, just off the top of your head, it might have been a while. We haven't studied this in a little bit. Viruses just do not have cell walls. If you remember the parts of a virus, it could be capsid, their genome, and maybe an envelope. That's just going to be lipid bilayer. So that's all that they could be. That's the max. So they're never going to have a cell wall. So if you happened to remember that, then you would be able to select that correct answer just up front. However, if you hadn't remembered that, but you want to still figure out what the answer is, you could work through each one. Glycoproteins. Hopefully you would be able to remember that a glycoprotein, being a sugar protein, is just something that we see on the surface of a lot of cells, as well as the surface of viruses. That's what they use as their spikes to get into the right places. So viruses have that. So that doesn't work for us. Presence of double-stranded DNA. Our test shows there's double-stranded DNA there. Some viruses have that as their genome, right? So that was a pretty easy word to cut out. Presence of single-stranded RNA. Viruses can have any sort of genome from single-stranded RNA to double-stranded RNA, single-stranded DNA to double-stranded DNA in the different orientations, whether it codes for a thing or has to be copied before it can code for a thing. So that's also not going to help. And remember, if we wanted to try to compare eukaryote and everything with everything else, single-stranded RNA, that's mRNA as well, right? Here's the message for making protein. So everything's going to potentially be able to have that. whether it's in the genome or for translation. And then we have the presence of the lipid bilayer. Some viruses can have an envelope. So it's the lipid bilayer that is stole from the host cell when it was budding out, pushing its way out. So that's where the lipid bilayer. So we can't rule out viruses if there is lipid bilayer present. The only one is going to be that cell wall. So that's how you could use the deductive reasoning in order to get to that, if that is something that is helpful to you. I know it wasn't for everybody, but that's that. So. Yes, I want to end it.